YouTube? Josh from Modern Muscle. What we're doing today, Sunday, and going to look at a 68 Chevelle. It's running, driving cars, complete, put together. Hoping it's going to be a good one. It's only 25 minutes from the house, so not far. A lot better than the trip Friday. Even if it's just to ride up there and look at it, it's a whole lot better than the trip Friday. I'll keep y'all updated whenever I get there. I'll do a walk around of the car, see how it's going to go, see what it's going to look like. Hopefully it'll be good and me and him can make a deal and I can bring it home and start putting parts together. Hopefully that's what happens. We'll see. I was trying to do a video this morning over my son's truck, the blue square body in the shop, but my GoPro kept overheating, so I don't know what that's about. I gotta figure that out. But I'll get that figured out and I'll make one, give y'all an update on it. It's not a big parts list or what, just basically a rundown of the history of the truck, and I'll go over what parts we use, just so y'all know. But just the history of the truck, walk around, kind of what we're doing, our plans for the truck, because it's not finished by any means. It'll be a long time before it's actually 100% finished, which I don't guess any of these cars or trucks are ever 100% finished, but it is what it is. But I'm gonna get off here, and as soon as I get there, I will turn the camera back on and we'll see what's gonna happen. See y'all in a bit. Alright guys, I'm back. Anyway, the car was a no-go. Wasn't even worth showing you on the video. It was in pretty rough shape. The guy was pretty nice. He was a car guy. He had a couple old Corvettes. Everything he had was in the build process. Apparently he was one of those guys that has a bunch of projects, but nothing's ever finished. That was my first impression. It may not be true, but that was my first impression. He did have a 62 Corvette that needed to be built, and I'd love to have that car. But anyway, back to the Chevelle. I didn't give the guy the chance to lie to me on the phone. The car was pretty close. I asked him for a couple of pictures, and he sent them to me, sent me a video of it running. But I didn't really go in depth on anything because he was close to my house. So I'll ride over here and look at the car. So I don't know whether he would have lied to me on the phone or not. Anyway, first thing I get there, of course I'm looking over the car and I see the paint immediately. First right out of the box, the paint's shit. He tells me the car was painted 4 years ago, and either the body underneath the paint is shit, or the painter did not know what the hell he was doing. It looked like a Mako paint job, or somebody had painted it with a brush under a tree. It was terrible. There was rust in every exterior of every body panel. Paint was bubbling on every single panel. The doors, fenders, hood, roof, trunk, quarters, everywhere there was just small spots of rust that a car that was painted 3 or 4 years ago and supposedly been stored inside should not have. Then we open the hood and I go to looking at the trim tag. Before I can even look at any of the numbers, he's telling me it's a 136 car, which a 136 car is a 6-owner car, base model car. You want a 138, which for what I do, it really doesn't matter that much, but you want to know. You want to know what you have. So he's telling me that it's a 136 car, so, don't even worry about looking at it, really, basically is what he's telling me. Then he proceeds to tell me that he has a VIN tag and trim tag from a 138 car that I could have if I bought the car. So what he's telling me I can do is re-VIN this body. Yeah, you heard that right. Put a new VIN and new trim tag on this body to fraudulently make it an SS car. That's really, one, really illegal. For two, that's really damn shady, man. I mean, because let's be honest, whatever car I find, I'm gonna build it for me. But I know myself, and I also get really bored really quick. If there's nothing to do on one, I'm bored. You know, I like having a finished guard. I like having one that I can drive all the time. But let's be honest, I get bored when I don't have anything to do on one. I'll try to find stuff to improve and do on them until there's nothing left, and then I'll sell them and buy another one, start over. So when that happened, and I'm going to have to sell this car, and if it's anybody that's looking that doesn't know, well, they're going to see a 138 and they're going to assume it's a real SS car. Well, then the next person that buys it's going to assume it's a real SS car, and when it's really not. I mean, but anyway, that was really a big red flag for me. Then we're looking at the motor. It's badged as a 396, but he says it's a 454, and he tells me that when it was rebuilt, he had to use 3 different bearing sizes on the crankshaft. Okay, which if I was buying, well, I'm not buying the car, but what I typically do is when I buy a car for an LS swap, I document the motor, I take videos of it running, I do all of that stuff, and then when I pull it out and the car's down, I put the motor for sale. That's how I recoup some of my money for the LS swaps. So with that motor and him telling me that, for one, I don't know what else is done to the motor that's wrong. For two, I'm not going to sell that motor to somebody else and have them have a piece of crap motor that came from me, because the first thing they're going to do is jump on Facebook, jump on here on YouTube, and start bashing me for selling them a junk motor. So I'm not going to do that. It's not worth that. So there's no value there for me for the motor. He doesn't know what transmission's in it. He didn't know if it was a turbo 350 or a turbo 400. Well, once again, that doesn't matter to me because I'm going to put a 4L80 in it anyway. But what does matter is you built this car and you know so much about this car, you've owned it for this long, you don't even know what transmission's in it. Something's not adding up. Then we move to the interior. Now, I did ask for some interior pictures, and he sent me pictures of the interior, of the seats. Now, the seats were in good shape. They were bucket seats, original bucket seats with black vinyl, in good shape. Or the vinyl was in good shape. The seats seemed like they were. And they were black, which is the right color. But the rest of the interior was white. I mean, it had black carpet, but they just half-assed the interior to change it over to black from white. So it's going to need a headliner. It's going to need all the trim panels in the back. The A-pillars are missing. It was just not in good shape for what he was wanting for the car. Then you look underneath. I mean, there's big holes in the floor pan that, not needing a patch panel, I mean, this car needed floors, whole floors. And I didn't even look that close because at this point, I'm not even interested in the car. I'm just trying not to be rude to the guy. So there's big holes in the trunk pan. There's big holes in the floor pan. The frame looked like somebody had hooked a winch cable to it and pulled out and ripped a hole in the frame. So I'm out. The car had drum brakes all the way around. All the suspension was shot, and I never drove the car. Wasn't going to. The car looked like it was a four-wheel drive. It sat up so high. And once again, this is all stuff that I can fix. But if I gave him $20,000, it's going to cost me $30,000 to fix it. Well, there's nothing left on the bone after that. There's no money left in the car after I give him 20 and then put 30 to 40,000 in it. And that's just it. I mean, it would be a very, very nice car, but I better enjoy it because it's going to be mine, or I'm going to lose money. And nobody wants to lose money. I know I don't want to lose any money. But anyway, that was my trip to look at the Chevelle. So I'm going to keep hunting. I'll keep looking. I'll find one. And when I do, it's going to be the right car for the right money. Christmas is coming up. Maybe somebody's got a project they want to sell to have some Christmas money. I guess I can always hope for that. Anyway, the right car always seems to find me. The right car at the right time. So I'm not in a big hurry, but I'm also not going to sleep on a good car. So, hell, if any of y'all that do wind up watching this video, y'all have something for sale, hit me up. Maybe we can do a deal. Send me a message. Find me on Facebook. Find me on Instagram. Modern Muscle Garage. If y'all want to see anything, if y'all want to know some of the things I look for in buying a car, a classic car, let me know. Let me know in the comments, and I'll answer your questions, and we'll go from there. Y'all have a good day.